Okay, so you might live in a world of saying that you're an animalist. Did you know what an animalist is? It's like a racist. Yet, it's actually you're being classist. To that of, do you consider the other animals that don't communicate like you a lower class animal? Well, that's what animalist it is. Now, do you also consume? Well, at the same time, as an animalist, living in what world are you living in? Are you living in the fake economic world, or are you actually living in the real world? If you're an animalist, you're not living in the real world. Um, you pretty much are living in the fake economic world that is the fallacy of the real world and is insanity. You are living in a world that is destroying the real world. Not only, it's harmful, that's a given, absolute given. Yet, it doesn't take responsibility for what it has done. Not only is it a monster, it needs a time out. It's time to give it a time out and wake up and start living in the real world and start doing something that's actually practical. And yes, it's great if it's a bonus for everyone else. It's a magnanimous if it's a greatness that you see in yourself. Overall, though, what are you going to do now that you know that, racist is about the same species disagreeing because of their feathers or their skin or their hair or, their pheromones, whatever. You can be an animalist all you want. Just realize and recognize you're an animal too. You are just like anything else on this planet that is not a plant based or an insect based type of vernacular communicational abilities. So the next time you think that it's okay to be an animalist and say those lower class animals are stupid because they don't know how to communicate, you're only ever talking about yourself when you're living as an animalist in the fake world, don't you? So you're actually talking about yourself being a lower class animal than the actual animal, as that of, well, you're a humanoid, you're made of many animals. Especially if you're retrospection of living on the living library named Gaia, planet Earth, in of itself. So, just remember, you can be amazing and you can be magnanimous, yet, can you when you're an animalist? Or can you when you start becoming a realist? What's actually taking responsibility for what pipeline you actually fuel. Because ignorance in of itself actually is the definition of what it means to be crazy and what it means to actually take into everyday practices of being insane. And yet, you think you're normal. And yet, you're conveying to everybody else that you're basically, a lost cause because you gave up on yourself. You thought somehow listening to some other leader, you being a leader thought you need to follow them. Well, okay, maybe for a time. It's time to stop following them. Start standing up for you as you're a leader as well. Unless you want to keep considering yourself an animalist, then you are for sure a fictitious entity and can only be deemed as property. You have a great one. Love yourself, respect yourself, and well, what are you going to do today about you? Being able to love yourself in all the retrospects that you can be and never have to be, because you are that grand to create a life worth your smile and you seeing it, feeling it, and hearing the words of laughter. Be grand. I love you. You can love yourself too. That's why I love you.